We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know we will get there. We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know we will get there. We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know we will get there. Boom, boom, ti-boom, boom, boom.
Thank you very much, and a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you. This is Pulse of the Week with your man, Kofi Asante Mensah. Welcome to the program. I'm happy you are here and you have joined us. Today we have a full-packed editorial for you, and this is Pulse of the Week, live on NSG News. And I must say, we are streaming live on YouTube right now and our many social media platforms. And this is News with Integrity. All right, so today, I start with my African proverb, and it says, the land is older than any chief. I say it again. Our African proverb for today, it says, the land is older than any chief. All right, so let's begin with some major stories since today's Friday, and we are wrapping up for the week. Major stories that occasion today and even throughout the whole week is here on Pulse of the Week as a wrap. And our major one today is World Radio Day. And the Ghana Journalists Association urges swift passage of broadcasting bill as Ghana joins the world to mark the World Radio Day today. Issues about cocoa is very hot on our subject this evening, more because the government to absorb Cocoa Board's $150 million losses as cabinet directs immediate cocoa purchase. The finance minister at his press conference announced that. And Randy Abbey, still in cocoa stories, Randy Abbey rejects minority's call for his removal. The minority is asking that Randy Abbey, the CEO for Cocoa Board, would be removed, but he is fighting back in a press statement indicating there's no need for that. So Randy Abbey is rejecting the call by the minority to remove him. This evening, Alban Bagbin, the Speaker of Parliament, he's also urging the executive to release land for new Parliament House. I do remember, I'm sure you remember the drop that chamber. If the speaker wants us to reignite that drop that chamber hashtag, we will do that. If you remember, Ernesto Yeboah and many of us were on social media to make sure that very hashtag never quenches or never fades by way of trends. So if the Speaker of Parliament want to resurrect and reignite the call for a new chamber, we would also resurrect and reignite the hashtag drop that chamber. Very, very important. And I was quite marveled when I saw this very headline. The Speaker of Parliament wants land to build a whole Parliament House. This evening, I must say, the IEA in their survey says 7 in 10 Ghanaians worried about rising food prices. And it will be a subject for one of my editorials within next week because about 68% of the people who IEA surveyed says they still have confidence in John Dramani Mahama. Nonetheless, they are indicating that 7 out of 10 or 7 in 10 Ghanaians, they are worried about the rising food prices. These are major stories for this week. The cocoa politics, the cocoa story is still hot on our front burner for this week. And I must say, when I return from this breather, I do editorial. And that's the caption you can see on your screen right now. It says editorial, the new cocoa price. President John Mahama's chocolate day gift to farmers. And it has a question mark over there. We'll be here to answer all the questions when I return. Please stay with me. When I come back, we have a big editorial for you. Please stay.
Oh no, beginning. Get used to it. I have stepped into my new beginning. Yesterday is gone. Yesterday of darkness is gone. A whole new beginning. Yeah, 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 yeah. Get used to it. I've stepped into my new level. See me watching me flying on eagle's wing. A whole new beginning. A new beginning. We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know we will get there. We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know we will get there. We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know we will get there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I appreciate your time with us here on Pulse of the Week live on NSG News GH. Thank you very much. Please go ahead and like our pages on social media platforms. And there you have it. That's our many social media handles. Please go ahead and like our pages and share some comments. I'll be here to read all your comments, please. And my team is more than ready to have me your comments on our digital screen over here, and I'll read them to the rest of the world. I'll be so happy. So that was the commercial break from Ziba. Thank you very much, Ziba. Please follow Ziba. Very inspiring song. I love that song so much. That's very powerful. And that's a piece also from Wiyala. And I love Wiyala's song so much. So we begin. If you know this country is yours, and you know that we are heading somewhere, and we need our collective minds, energies, brains, and all efforts to make sure this country works, then please share your comment with me. And just pay attention to what I have to present to you by way of editorial this evening. This evening, Kofi showed them, I'm speaking on the new cocoa price. That very cocoa price that has come up contentiously, and the opposition is calling the head of the CEO for Cocoa Board. And the theme I'm speaking on this evening is the new cocoa price, President John Mahama's chocolate day gift to farmers. I want to begin by showing you some videos, and I want you to listen very attentively. When this party, they were in opposition, what they said. When the party, NDC, and its flag bearer, John Mahama, and its minority leader, then Castle Atoforsen, now finance minister, when he went for vetting, when he met cocoa farmers, what they have been saying. Please watch.
This money, part to buy cocoa, part to buy fertilizers and other inputs. I don't know what Cocoa Board is leaving behind. I don't know the extent of arrests they are leaving behind. I don't know the extent of debt that the Ghana Cocoa Board is leaving behind. I will not do this committee any good if I sit here and announce cocoa price. But as I've said, I remain. $25 million cities. Then you the premium at Tomodo, you the Kako 28 million Ghana cities. Sanka President Mahama, and then call Oye Ghana Mampenina. In the ND Sabani or one Kabad Biela 25. You the bonus 300 I feel 28 million. In them 28 million in the President Kufuor number so almost 1.3 million or 13 million. Bad the Bio Tobia, Usika 15 million. Akosho Kobranu. Bad Kribiala, our Hanakai. They said, Ubag Kribia Cotton, Neso Usika 15 million. Abayafa. Saying to say a cotton bag beer and Kokuru 15 million. Usika 150 million. Say a ton bag 10. Usika 150 million. Abayafa. The English said 150 million. It's a one second Usika. Say it's hard saying 150 million. Abadina go to die. Into my phone away. Into Tamaman. In Fauban go school. Seven. And what I will if you're in your Inti abanaba number the mabani nitsi mi yetendodo the mabani on dwene perform ho da me pala me ka kira mo ide President Mahama se me ka kira mo de oya me na aduma NDC baba be na ye baba be ma kokolo ye botum papa bi mo akoma atom. And take it from me, I share boundary with La Côte d'Ivoire in my constituency. Cocoa that we produce in Ghana because of price differential is going to La Côte d'Ivoire because our cocoa companies do not have the money to buy it. I'm telling you. Yes, that is what it is. That is a reality on the ground.
So
if you're not very careful, we'll discuss cocoa and throw that agenda.
No. It's an important. I mean, cocoa.
I know.
Agriculture.
And that's where I come from. Yeah, I am a cocoa farmer myself. I am a commercial rice farmer. So if you go into the agri sector, I know what I'm talking about. And you see, the painful aspect is that they are always quick to come and react to issues without tackling the realities on the ground. That's my pain. Now the cocoa farmers are living in poverty. I am telling you. Everybody is running away from cocoa to do other crops. People are running away, giving their lands to people to do galamsey and what.
Very well. So that's Minta Akando over there, now Health Minister. And you previously heard the Finance Minister, now Finance Minister, Dr. Kisel Atoforsen over there. Now, let's begin my editorial this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm speaking on the subject, New Cocoa Prize. President Mahama's Chocolate Day gift to farmers. Ghana's cocoa farmers were promised certainty. They were told clearly and publicly that government would not reduce the producer price, even as global cocoa prices softened. Yet, on the eve of Chocolate Day celebration here in Ghana, the announcement of a new cocoa price that effectively trims farmers' expectations has landed like a bitter aftertaste. Is this a gift or a breach of trust, we ask. At the center of this controversy is the decision taken after an emergency cabinet meeting convened by His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama and defended, if I can say it that way, defended by the Finance Minister, Dr. Kessel Atuforsen. The government insists the adjustment is prudent. Farmers insist it is painful. The nation must ask, and that's why I'm asking you this evening, what price do we put on trust? Motivation. Please note these keywords. Trust, motivation, and the future of Ghana's most strategic crop. I want to repeat that part. What price do we put on trust, motivation, and the future of Ghana's most strategic crop? Cocoa is not just a crop. It is the backbone. Cocoa remains a pillar of Ghana's foreign exchange earnings, rural employment, and industrial value chains, from transport and warehousing to processing and exports. When farmers are motivated, production rises. When they are discouraged, output dips. Smuggling thrives, and national revenues suffer. This is why cocoa pricing is never a mere physical line item. It is economic policy with social consequences. I want to take you to the sub-region, the sub-regional reality, price parity or peril. Across West Africa, cocoa prices are watched as closely as rainfall. Price gaps between neighbors create perverse incentives. When Ghana's price falls below that of neighboring producers, smuggling increases. When prices are competitive, beans stay home, quality improves, and traceability strengthens. Any Ghanaian price that drifts out of alignment with the sub-region
if you say
it risks leakages across porous borders. Our borders very porous, undermining both revenue and reputation. Currently Ghana is the second world producer of cocoa. We've been covering the first spot for several years, but for some years now, Ivory Coast has taken the lead, and we are unable to catch up. An exception of the menace of Galamsey, how Galamsey is distracting the production of organic cocoa in our country. Cocoa farmers are selling their lands for Galamsey, cutting down their trees with careless abandonment. They don't care. Some would even do videos and show it to the world. Yes, and show it to the world that they are cutting down their trees. Nobody can do them anything. Some say, me, I will never allow my child to be a cocoa farmer. Never. The most strategic cash crop in our country. And they ask us, would we, the so-called elite, and would you, politicians, of course I know some of you have farms. How many of you have cocoa farms? And would you do cocoa farm or do cocoa farming on commercial scale? Why wouldn't you do it? Because the work is tedious. John Mahama, you went out there with the help of your cronies to promise the cocoa farmer of stability of over 70% price. It is true. This newest announcement or new price, it is true. It is 90%. But it is also true that 2,500 and what? 87 Ghana cedis is nothing to write home about, and it will encourage smuggling. That one is also true. It will demotivate farmers, cocoa farmers. It will bring down their spirit. A promise made, a promise bent. Because before this announcement will come, you were at the hinterlands, assuring them, assuring farmers. Say, cocoa body and watchery and kakra. We are at a tight corner. We don't have money now. Hold on to your chip. The chits they gave to them. Hold on to it. And when money comes, for the price, it will not change. We won't do any reduction. Even though the prices on the world market is coming down. From 7,000 USD, now somewhere around 3,700 USD. But you went ahead. For whatever gains, I don't know, you went ahead and made those promises to them. A promise made, a promise bent. Government's earlier assurance that farmers would be shielded from global price volatility raised expectations. So people kept their beans, and their expectations were so high. Reversing course now, even partially politicizes cocoa prices and cocoa pricing and erodes confidence. Cocoa should never be a campaign prop. It is the painstaking legacy of Tete Kwashi, who brought it all the way from Fernando Po. We earned this crop called cocoa by sweat, by patience, and by generational sacrifice. And Tete Kwashi led it for us. Let me take you now to what the finance minister, Dr. Kesa Atoforsen, the key highlights of what he said. 1, global market pressures. He says, the international cocoa prices have softened, constraining export receipts and margins. So the international price, it has shrunk. It has softened. and it is not enabling export for foreign revenue, and it is not helping the margins. It is not helping. Number two, Dr. Kesela Atoforsen also said, the finance minister, fiscal sustainability. Government argued that maintaining the previous price would strain public finances and cocoa sector buffers. John Mahama and Atoforsen. How? Like how? You are here telling us Gold Board is doing well. Gold Board is doing well. Gold Board is doing well. How many times haven't we hedged prices on fuel? When fuel world price goes up, we find a way to hedge the price. We find a way to put the price stable. John Mahama and Atoforsen and the cabinet minister, why can't we do same? Why can't we do same? What is wrong? If you would give the farmer even a 95%. What is wrong? If you bring money from your well-doing Gold Board to support Ghana's most strategic and cash crop. Dr. Kesela Atoforsen, this is not what you told us when you were in opposition. We understand you. We get you when you say your manifesto said 70%. We get you. But considering our stability with our cedi, if you like, the cedi is around 10. Kufuor's time around 16 thereabout. So small dollar, cedis be brave. Now, it is not like that, or it is not like it used to be. The point I'm making is that you have the responsibility to support and motivate the farmers. Now the spraying doesn't come. They don't do the mass spraying. Seedlings, they don't provide. Many inputs. Cocoa Board, they don't do it. I'll come to Randy Yabe when he indicated in his press conference that it is true, they have bought cars. Do you know the salaries of the people who work at Cocoa Board? When I show you some, you will marvel. You will marvel. I understand. You say you are going to cut down monies given to Cocoa Board. It's fine. But you have also said they are $150 US. The public purse, the finance ministry, the Bank of Ghana, they are going to find money, liquidity, to pay that debt, which is good. But, my dear viewer, it is you and I, our monies. How many people would be encouraged to do farming and do cocoa farming? Check, we are going down. I won't be surprised that we will further fall from our second position, because how many bags of cocoa are we able to export? I have that data over here. Côte d'Ivoire is doing much more. Family, that cash crop that has held the backbone of this economy. I have stayed with cocoa farmers. They say cocoa no, and when the cocoa man is coming, I'm telling you, when you see his bag, when he opens his bag, you know this is cocoa money. Scan a chere. This is kind of crying chere. But on a serious point, we could have find a better way to motivate the farmers. Sector stabilization. Case Atuforsen, doctor, also spoke about it, Honorable. The adjustment was presented as a temporary measure to stabilize the cocoa economy and protect Cocoa Board's balance sheet. I don't farm cocoa, but I know people who do. And I've listened to them. They are not happy. At all. They are not happy. We could have found a better way. And the worst of it all is when you go to the cocoa farming areas and you go to promise their leadership. The dishonesty in it is that you promise them that we will not touch or reduce the price. We will not. Then you come back to Accra in no time. Then you cut the price. From 58,000 per ton to 392,000 per ton. Who does that? Who does that? We have seen government upon government. And I say, the easy way is to target cocoa farmers or target drivers to fuel. So, the easy way. A lot of money. If you were even working with the money, you are building the cocoa roads and you are giving better scholarships to cocoa farmers, we won't be here agitating and shouting on top of our voices. You take the money, you chop the money. No, I haven't said Kesa Atuforsen or Randy Abe has chopped any money. I am talking about governments upon government till today. And I won't be surprised if they do same. I pray they don't. Because this John Mahama administration, he says this is his legacy administration. And some of us media men, we will not sit down for things to fall apart. This is the third explanation. Interim measure. When world price of petrol, fuel, is going up, what do you do? Dankanamwa. What does government do? You find ways so that, because when transport fares goes up, you know it affects almost everybody. Or when fuel prices goes up and transport fares goes up, it affects everything. It affects everything. So you find a way. Why didn't you find a way? You think this is the best way? And what worries me is after cabinet meeting, John Mahama seated in the chair, chairing that very meeting. The vice president, finance minister, and the cabinet ministers, everybody was there. Cost consideration. Point number 4, Kesa Atuforsen spoke about. Rising operational and financing costs across the value chain were cited as limiting room to hold prices. You know, operational costs, financing costs around the value chain, whatever, really. The MPP time, they didn't have all these costs. Do you understand? During the MPP time, they didn't have operational and all these costs. We have politicized it already. Once we leave the room for politicians to appoint CEOs and chief directors and all of that, the issue has been politicized. Committed to review. Point number 5. There was an assurance given. Assurance were given that prices would be reviewed if market conditions improve. When have you heard it? I think I can give them a little bit of credibility, more because of the fuel. When the fuel prices came down, they reduced it and asked drivers to also reduce it. And they reduced some 1 cedi on top of the fares, etc. But when have you seen in this country? When have you seen in this country that prices, in exception of this one I'm talking about, prices go up and they are reviewed downward? Anytime they talk about review, it is going up. Anytime they talk about review, it is going up. So I can give John Mahama and managers of this economy, plus the Kokobo chair and CEO and everybody, I can just give them some 5% of credibility because of the transport fares reduction they did. That's what I can do, 5%, because I know them. I know them. These points explain the decision, but they do not justify breaking a categorical promise to farmers. What promise did they make? They made promises that they wouldn't touch it. Farmers should trust them. You met them, the corporation, the farmer corporation, you met them, promised them that you won't touch the prices. Policy that forgets the farmer, forgets the future. The blueprint of every economy is farming. And I lauded in Kokon Ketinketi and so many farming measures John Mahama campaigned about. Of course, one district, one factory, planting for food and jobs. We were happy with it. We don't want it to be like that. It had its flaws. Please, let's be serious. Let's be very serious with one of our biggest cash crop, cocoa. Let's be very serious. Lower farm maintenances and yields. Policy that forgets the farmer, forgets the future. Reduced motivation means 1. Lower farmer maintenances and yields. 2. Delayed replanting and rehabilitation. I've already told you that people are cutting down their crops to grow other crops. Those who don't want to grow other crops, they give it to Galamsey people to dig and mine. Higher smuggling risk. People would smuggle. You have porous borders. Police people everywhere taking bribes. Immigration people everywhere taking bribes. Porous borders. They would send the beans outside the country. Long-term decline in quality and output. It also disgraces us internationally. An exception of the Galamsey disgrace. This act also disgraces us. It disgraces us. A price decision that serves the ledger today but weakens the farmer tomorrow is false economy. I want to profess a better path forward. If global prices are falling, government still has options. Maintain sub-regional price parity to deter smuggling. Targeted input subsidies. Please bring back the fertilizer, the seedlings, to cushion farmers without slashing prices. Bring back the fertilizer supplies, the mass spraying, the provisions of seedlings. Please. Transparent, rules-based pricing that farmers can anticipate and trust. With this new financial model, your biggest cash crop in this country called Ghana, we are not ashamed that we will go to syndicate or to borrow money to come and buy from farmers. We are not ashamed. Once the market can't provide us syndicated loans or loans for us to buy our cocoa, look at what we are doing. Look at the mess we are doing. Depoliticize cocoa, announce prices through technocratic processes. I mean, technocrats should lead the process. I know this will never happen. It's been politicized. But that's my recommendation. If we want to look forward truly, this is what we should be doing. Let the technocrats lead the way. Not some politicians, and they want to do things according to their political calendar and stuff like that. No. In my conclusion, chocolate without sweetness. We are coming to celebrate Chocolate Day. We, farmers who produce the raw material. Chocolate Day should celebrate the hands that grow cocoa, not test their patience. We have to be celebrating the hands that grow the cocoa. Chocolate Day celebration. It is not the time to be testing our patience, whether we have patience. We don't have any patience. A gift that feels like a cut is no gift at all. This is like a Kufado's haircut. There will not be a haircut. There will not be a haircut. Before we realize, we don't have hair on our head. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, you are almost doing the same thing. I must be honest. Ghana must honor its word, protect farmer incentives, and keep cocoa above partisan ties. Please, anything less risk turning our sweetest export into a source of lasting bitterness. We will never give in. And at this point, I want you to watch these farmers lament to President John Dramani Mahama. Will the president be able to listen to them?
Now, if he said, near Chom, ye who near baby da, say me mediate 1 year, and so me say, Jumana, and I say, me need to be a mayor. eti me ye ku adwuma yi na makoto mi koko na abusome nan wuntu ya me ka e de na opese me abre wa midi se adwuma be na me ye na ma di eti me slaban adesede na di tu me ya pani chaw o ka sa bre chom no beto koko no sister wanye kakra ni ade ma ye de yaje atom na kakra yaje atom so na wo fe sika yi ma yen na ye be ni enti adesede ani ye de to aben yesre no onya ma ye no komo de ye ma titifie o me nananom atitifie sabe nya sika ma no anu akọ enti me sra ba ni sampa ni chaw ni die kwa so mi de nyame pa ni chaw wo hu ye mo bo na ye sika no hia kakra ma ye wate ye fu hu afu me metumi ado metumi no ukuta bani a oso okọ gold etu amedo eno ahama ba ko no ye se 120 mimi wo bi na me de akoye eti ade srade ene ye de to ani
kit ane kita me no mo hwe so a obie ni ho a yatuaka ni nyina e wo kam sese me wo faase a me hwe no wotifie o cover city wotifie sika ni ho a me de ma akola ne de akọ enti e be sra aban si sika no November ene wo so no mo hwe ya hyehyɛ November ane yaye eti yesra aban no yesika no won fe ma yen esanse ye ni dwuma bia di o ye nkura na ase ha ye wo no ye dwuma ni koko nyame anim ni aban dada wo free so no obeto ye koko mu ema ye se dollar wo soro enso ni yetumi to niema e di ye ho ye ma school fees ni ye se ye nya ene mass prayer ni ye no ye nya biem ene wo koto aduro akọbọ ukoko a baako 150 200 ene sika no ayeji ne ye ato aduro no ye nya ame ye koko no sesei akate no esaya na omo se koko no ti ye besra aban se won kai se yensu ye nipa omo te ho ana omo de omu didi enom yensu ye nya bi ana ye di anom ye ne ye ma ene ye wo faase nom ye sere omo kai se omo age yen omo ba be dada yen wo beto obi to koko e ma ye 3100 mosi mo be ma 6000 obi se 7000 ye ni age am yakoto aba amamo ene koko the price amode to so e be kan ho no e 500 cedis ana amode be kan ho ana call 36000 3600 eno so a mutumi ntua se mo de asi wo se ada se ye beti koko so ana ye beto so me ye ma meto kwa me nkroma womo amebeto womo yen papa Lawrence no mo twam omampanin kufo nom na nado atamelso nom koko ayebeto so no yen ti se ya ti koko so da eti onhwe ye na wanti koko no so na emomu ba bia sika ne hye no kofe sika metua ye ka ne ye ma ye wo faase ne ye nananom no yintumi hwe om school ni bi na ba bia hyehyɛ no nso ye ma no atumi akoduru hobi na daache yen so ye nye ye kamafo nti ye besere mo ma ye John Mama esedu nkatia Randy Abi oye sports minister and na wo se wona oye Cocoa board chief executive wo Cocoa kura wonim wuram ane wahu Cocoa ane ye de wa beto so and na hwe ba bia modi aba ba wie ti esere wom amomfa ye sika ma ye eno ne ye hwehwe awuni ye no ne kura nyame anim wodi hwemo ayem ko wodi hwemo wodi kwafo nyina hwemo na sesa no be ne dia ya kwafo na kansa ne Cocoa kwafo no ye Cocoa no asase no ye de mama galamsefo na wotu because that's kind of mood since this called my no and sana is the ya fire again say ye ne mahama ana ye ne abane nyina no ye nto Cocoa ye Cocoa fo biem ye beton ye ma nyina ma galamsefo ya asase no fi November nda otiwe mato Cocoa
ana da hono wode koma galamsefo wode koma galamsefo ebo no de menua yateso o yenso wo beteso yateso. By the way, that's our production for today. Thank you very much for being there for us. My name is yours truly, Kofi Asante Mensah. A pleasure serving you this evening. A big thank you to Mr. Kofi Justice Kluche, our operations manager over here, and also Mr. Francis Enchi, calling Kofi Berry. Thank you so much. And my name is Kofi Asante Mensah. To our bosses, company secretary and executive producer, We say a big thank you to all of you. I'll leave you with this very proverb. Please listen to it and use it, or have it in mind every time and use it. It says, every cell in your body listens to your thoughts. So be positive. Every cell in your body listens to your thoughts. So be positive. Thank you very much. We'll meet again next time.
T-boom, T-boom, boom, boom. We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know we will get there. We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know we will get there. We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know we will get there. Boom, boom, T-boom, T-boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, T-boom, T-boom.